All right, man. This has been a long time coming, but I'm so happy. I call them my kids. I have adopted these two, uh, Kim and Michael. You might check them out on Instagram, something in common. And they find, well, I done met them before, but I finally get to put them through a torture session a little bit later on. After this interview, I got a whole bunch of questions for them, but I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourselves.
All right. Well, I'm Michael. This is my lovely wife, Kimberly Nicole. I am originally from California, from Bakersfield, California, but we currently live in Baltimore, Maryland. We have a podcast, Something in Common, and we, for the last 3 years, we have been on one hell of a weight loss journey. I want to do all the talking, baby. You want to take it from there?
Wow. So yeah, Something in Common. We have a podcast. Like Michael said, we've been on a weight loss journey, lost a combined 480 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Mr. Fletcher want to talk about that and how we did that. I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee, live in Baltimore, Maryland with Michael. We have 4 daughters, all grown up now, and we out here living our best healthy life.
Yep.
Absolutely, I want to talk about that. We're gonna, but 400 and how many pounds, Kim?
480 total.
480 pounds, almost 500 pounds. That's 2-3 motherfuckers right there. And not little motherfuckers, that's 2-3 good sized motherfuckers right there. I heard Michael on Instagram the other day, and he said he had a little intrepidation or a few second thoughts about coming over here and training at the Mighty IAG because of all the wrestlers and boxers and sports guys and bodybuilders and who have been here in the past. But he was able to work through that. So that's really important to me that you explain to people who might have those same, they worry, they don't want to, I don't want to go to the gym because they're afraid of who's going to see them, how they're going to look next to everybody else, and how you were able to overcome that.
Well, for me, that was something I dealt with. My highest weight was 463 pounds. I grew up around a lot of cats that lifted weights. I mean, when I played football, we did some weightlifting in the gym, but I've always been a big guy, always. For me, going to the gym was very intimidating because even though I felt like I was comfortable with who I was and my size, going to the gym and seeing all these big, swole up, muscle-bound dudes, knowing I didn't look like that, and knowing that I couldn't throw around the amount of weight that they were throwing around was very intimidating growing up. So even now that I've lost the weight, coming here, as far as I'm concerned, this is hollow ground. It's been, like I said, it's been some amazing people that have walked through this door. The amount of weight that gets thrown around in here is amazing. So for me, somebody that's still on my journey, I've lost the weight. The goal now is to basically transform my body into what I see it, into the image that I see it in. I had a setback in May where I was out in the garage lifting weights and basically blew my aorta. I have a aorta dissection that I have to deal with. So after that, the doctors basically told me no more heavy lifting. That's out of the picture. We don't want to put any extra strain on that aorta. So dealing with that now, I'm still able to work out and lift, but I just can't do anything super strenuous and super heavy. So coming here and knowing that I was going to be working out with you, somebody that I hold in high regard, I got a little worried the other day. I was in the garage working out, and it kind of hit me a couple of days ago. I was like, wow, I'm going back to the Mighty IAG to work out with the legendary CT Fletcher. That realization kind of hit, and then I started thinking about all the videos, all the people that have come through here, and I'm like, there's no way in the world that I can compare to any of these cats that have walked in here. And as I sat there, I made a little video, posted it to IG, And for me, what I had to come to the realization was that it's always going to be somebody that can lift more weights than me. That's never going to change. All I know is the one thing that I do have in common with the cats that have walked in here, I got the heart to come in here and do it. And I'm going to do what I can do, and I'm going to leave it all on the floor. And it took me about an hour just sitting in the garage, just thinking about that. And I was like, no matter how much weight I can lift, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to show my heart, and I'm going to show that I belong here. And for me, when I posted that video, it was amazing how many people that hit me up and just like, man, you know, I've been dealing with the same thing and stuff like that. So, and I'm not good at all the motivational speaking. That's not my thing at all. But sometimes God just puts something on your heart to get it out there, and that's what it was. And I put it out there, and I had so many people hit me up, and they were like, man, you know, thank you for that. I needed to hear that. And that's the part now that's kind of taking me by storm, is that people are actually motivated by me. I'm just a regular guy. Like I said, the weight loss, it had to happen, because if it hadn't happened, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. I knew that was a change that I had to make, and a lot of my story hinges on everything that she's dealt with in the last couple of years with her father. That's why I know me and her are supposed to be together, because had I not been with her and everything that I saw her go through, that her father went through, it kind of motivated me to take that next step to do what we had to do to get this weight off and get healthy. And like I said, the surgeon told me in May, he said, if you still had been walking around here 460 pounds, then that aorta would have blown. He said, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be sitting here right now. So for me, it's, like I said, it's always going to be people stronger than me, can do a lot of things I can't do, but I know now that I got the heart to do whatever I set my mind to do, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's what helped me get over that part. But it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried coming in here. And we came in August, and we trained with Samson, which was great. You know, it was a one-on-one session. It was cool. But you, sir, on another level, and I was worried about that. So, yeah, that's where we are with that.
Well, now you're not, but you would be surprised at how many people experience those same doubts and on a regular day, and it is so intimidating that it keeps a lot of people on the couch. They won't even do it because they're so afraid of what other people gonna think. Oh my God, no, they gonna make fun of me. No, they gonna think, yeah. Some of them motherfuckers ears gonna make, and they make fun of my motherfucking ass. Talk about me all the motherfucking time. I'll tell them, Ken, before we come over here, CT's eyebrows grow together. He got a unibrow. Give a fuck. I mean, shit ain't bothering me. I mean, it's bothering your ass way worse than bothering me. But it reminds me, we used to do something called Iron Addict Certification, and we would have classes of people come and want to be certified Iron Addicts. And man, I would kick their ass for a week straight, man. Every day, just like a drill sergeant at boot camp, I'd be in their ass early in the morning to late afternoon, kicking them, making them do all kind of crazy shit. And then one guy came and showed up 400 and some pounds. I'm gonna say his name was Bill. I won't say his real name, but the guy showed up 400 some pounds, and everything that I asked Bill to do, he could not do. Everything. He signed up for the class. Everything that I asked him to do, he could not do. But everything, Ken, everything I asked him to do, he did it till he fell flat on his motherfucking face. And do you not know that he was the outstanding student? He received the outstanding student of the graduating class, the Iron Addict Certification class. He was the outstanding. To me, he was the best student that I had because, and I mean, there was some real athletes in there. They could do all the shit. Everything I asked them to do, they do with flying colors. They was pulling diesels and shit and all kind of shit. But Bill is the one who fell flat on his fucking face every time. Okay, what it was, just a push-up. He might do 2-3 push-ups, bang, right on his face. But I knew without a shadow of a doubt that he had given everything that he had. And to me, that is most important. I don't give a damn how much weight they lift. Most guys lifting all kind of shit. Like, that's fine and dandy. But this motherfucker right here, that's the valedictorian as far as I'm concerned. That's the number one right there. He showed up.
I didn't realize at the time. What I also had to realize was how I let my weight stop me from doing a lot of things. I let it hold me back. You know, like I said, just going to the gym. When I first started this weight loss journey, I started going to the gym like I was so cautious, like you think everybody's eyes are on you and all of that stuff. And I'm like, now it's whatever at this point. But I really started to understand how I had so much of my life on hold. Like you said, just getting off the couch, doing something.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I first started watching your videos, I remember a friend of mine sent me, he's like, man, you got to see this cat, CT Fletcher. This was 8, 9 years ago. And what I learned then was like, I was listening to you, but I had to get on my time. I had to, when I was ready. So now that I'm in the mode of it, I can go back 8, 9 years ago and hear all these things you were saying. It's like, and I use that stuff as motivation. But at the time, you were motivating me, but I didn't have mentally I wasn't ready. Because I was so stuck in this bubble of okay, I can't do that, I can't do this. I kept telling what I can't do. That's the part that you gotta get over. You gotta get over that. Okay, I may not be able to do this now, but I can work to it. Now I use those things as goals of things that I want to work towards. So I can get stronger, I can get better. And now, really give a shit what nobody thinks about me now. At all. You know, except for this woman right here. You know, she seems to think I'm all scrawny and shriveled up now. But, you know, so now I'm trying to work out to put some muscle on so she think I'm sexy.
Kim, he talked about your dad. Is your dad your inspiration?
Every day. Every day. I've always been bigger. My highest weight was 468 pounds. And I was daddy's girl. And it didn't matter how big I was beautiful to him. And that was that. And my dad got really sick in 2017, ended up in the hospital, had a rare issue that caused lesions on his brain, had to have emergency brain surgery. And leading up to it, my dad was big. My dad was over 400 pounds. And the doctors kept telling us, we can't do a CT scan, we can't do an MRI, we can't do these things because he was so heavy. And I was just like, it's 2017, you can't save my dad. Like, it doesn't make sense. What's going on? And they ended up doing the surgery, basically a blind surgery because they couldn't do those imagings to see what was happening. And when he got out of the surgery and I was there waiting in his room and he came in still under anesthesia and he just looked at me and said, don't be like me. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you've been a great dad. If I could be half the person you are, I'll be great. And he just looked at me and said, don't die fat. And my dad had never, ever in my entire life said anything about my weight, ever. That was the first time. And he didn't say it as if I was. He just said, don't die fat. And at that moment I said, I can't do this to my kids. And I would never say that my dad was a burden. I would do anything for him. But I couldn't put my kids through that. I was grown, I could handle that. I had teenagers, young girls, and I was like, I can't put them through seeing me in the hospital. And the reason I can't get help is because I can't control what I put in my mouth. I cannot do this to them. And I came home that night, I think it was midnight, and I said, I'm having weight loss surgery. And he was like, what? Are you sure? And I said, I'm sure. Next day, I went, started doing my research. Found a surgeon, wasn't happy with him, found another one, was happy, and I just started the process that very next day and had surgery within 3 months. And I said, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. It doesn't matter what it takes. I can't die fat and I can't disappoint my dad. Like, I just felt like he didn't say it, but I could feel it. And that was one of the things growing up. My dad didn't have to yell at me. He didn't have to whoop me. He had to do nothing. If he said, I'm disappointed in you, that was it. I'm crying. I felt terrible. The world was going to come to an end. So when I told him, when he came out of anesthesia a couple days later, I told him, I said, I'm having weight loss surgery. He said, are you sure? I said, yes. And he said, well, whatever you want to do, I'm there. He never left the hospital. He was at the hospital for over a year, multiple surgeries. Ended up having to go to a nursing home for rehab. Went to 2 within 2-3 years. And
so he had the brain condition, but he since he was a child, he had a intestinal issue. So basically, over time, what had happened was that they had put, was it a mesh?
Yeah, so back in the 80s, he had a mesh put in to separate his colon and lung, and over time, it broke down, and we didn't know. And it's like turned into metal shards and started cutting up on the inside, and his lung and his colon connected.
Oh, man.
And that's what was the issue, and they really had never seen that before. He ended up having surgery to disconnect it, but couldn't walk. Lost all movement on the left side. So he was in a nursing home. Started doing better, but still very overweight. And as I started losing, I was like, Dad, we gotta do something. Whatever. We're gonna do exercises in the bed, we're gonna watch what you're eating, we're gonna do, and I think he had gotten to the point where he was just like, I'm old. That's it. It is what it is. And we were just resolved that he was just going to be in a nursing home. He would try, to get out. And sadly, pandemic hit, and he passed last year from COVID. But I'm happy that I was able to start the process and he could see me do it. Because in that moment when he said, don't be like me, I turned that around. And I was able to, the last day, I was able to talk to him. He was on a ventilator, and it was just me and him. The nurses did a video call, and he was able to write on the little dry erase board that he was proud of me and he loved me. And I knew that for me, I made it. I did what I set out to do, and that was save my life. And one thing my dad always told us growing up was, we may bend, but we don't break. And I never broke. And I was 468 pounds and lost 240 pounds. And without him and that day that he said those words to me, I don't think I would have. I wasn't ready. I wasn't going to, because I thought I was fine. Nothing was wrong with me, and I'm walking around, could barely walk. Would get mad at him for going to the mall and not driving around to get me a parking space up front, because I couldn't walk from the back of the parking lot to the door. But that seemed normal to me at that time.
Yeah, and I had my rose-colored glasses on, because you couldn't tell me she wasn't the finest thing on 2 legs.
Listen, let me tell you, the amount of conversations we have had, and I have said, you lied to me all the. How did you lie to me? I was a hot ass mess.
I think for me, when it really hit me with her, we had was it a couple of years, 2016, we took the kids to Disney World, went to Florida, and she was miserable the whole time. And
I had to get a scooter.
Yeah, and that, I think
I was in my late 30s. Like, I had to get a scooter to walk around, to go around Disney World.
Yeah, I think that's when it hit me that, yeah, she's not okay. And like I said, at the time, you couldn't tell me. She's fine, that's what it is, I love her. But when you start to see, your spouse start to struggle, that's when it really starts to hit home. So when she told me she was having a weight loss surgery, I was like, really, my thing is when she sets her mind to something, ain't nothing I can say anyway that's gonna change it. So I mean, it was.
I noticed that.
Yeah, she's a bull. That's what the thing with watching her and her father kind of go at it, close to the end. She was really on him about trying to get things together, and them two probably the most stubborn people I've ever met in my life. And then to watch them go at it was just, she wouldn't back down, he wouldn't back down.
And I was very angry with him for not doing better. And I felt like, this is not the guy that I grew up with. Like, he would overcome anything. He was my Superman. What in the world is happening? You're in a nursing home and you won't do right, is what I thought in my mind. And I was at the point where I had changed my whole mindset, and I wanted him to be better because I wanted him to live. But I think just without those words, without him saying that to me, I probably would not be here right now. I was very much in denial. I didn't want to go to the gym. I was afraid of what people would say to me. And I think, as a woman, we go through that every day, no matter what size we are. We're so afraid of what somebody's going to say or what somebody's looking at me. And I would not go to the gym. And I just resolved myself. One day I said to myself, you're just going to be fat. That's just who you are. So, I thank God every day that my dad said those words to me. Because I couldn't put my children through. That was hard. That's probably the hardest thing I've ever to deal with in my life.
That was a hell of a motivation. Now, your dad, your motivation, and was Kim your motivation?
She was my motivation. For me, what I realized about me on my side, that was my weight was my protector. At the time, it's what made me different. I was always Big Mike. That was just what it was, Big Mike. And as I started losing weight, that transition started getting, it was weird for me because I was getting smaller and I used to walk into a room and make a presence. Now I walk into a room and nobody cares. This one, men stay on her. So there were times when they would see me, I see them looking, they back off. Now they just stare up and down, they don't care. I'm nothing now, but for me, it was, normally people say they're happier when they get smaller, but for me, it took some getting used to. So she was definitely my motivation, but to see everything that her dad was dealing with, I remember for me, we were in the hospital right after his brain surgery, and I remember they were taking him somewhere and he couldn't get through the doorway. And then the whole thing with not being able to do the CAT scans, I'm thinking, wait, hold on a minute. Like, you're telling me you can't do a CAT scan because of your size? And I'm bigger than he was at the time. I'm 460 some pounds, and I'm thinking, if I get sick or something happens to me, I can't fit into these machines. Like, they don't know what's going on with me. So she had the weight loss surgery. She said, you need to do it too. I was hell bent against it. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. So I let her do her thing. For me, it took me, for the first time, almost dying. I thought I had we have stairs in our house. So one day I'm walking up the stairs and I get halfway up the stairs and I'm ready to fall out. And I'm thinking, I must have a cold or an upper respiratory infection or something like that. She gets on my ass, go to the hospital. Go to the hospital, blood pressure is 230 over 210. My doctor at the time, she was a lady, and she said, you're a walking stroke. And she said, you're going to die. And I remember, I don't think I spent the night in the hospital, but I was there all night and trying to get my blood pressure lowered. That was kind of a hit home moment for me too. So at that time, I was like, okay, I got to do something drastic. So I jumped on the program for the same thing she did. She had her surgery in February. I had mine in April. And
that's when the work starts.
Yeah, after
surgery is not. A lot of people say that's the easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, you have surgery, you just lose weight. No, sir.
We get so much flack for that. We've never hid the fact that we had weight loss.
Yeah.
We never hide it. We get so many people that have had it, and then they come to us and say, I can't believe you're telling people you had weight loss surgery. Like, first of all, you drop that much weight that fast, they either gonna think you're smoking crack or you're sick or something like that. So I didn't want it to be. I have a cousin of mine, I'm not gonna say her name. I have a cousin of mine. She had weight loss surgery some years ago. She never told anybody she had weight loss, but we knew she had weight loss.
Yeah.
She came to me and she sent me an inbox last year. She said, I can't believe you told people you did. And I'm thinking, why not? Mm-hmm. And she said, are you worried about what people are going to say about you having weight loss surgery? Hell no, I'm not. I'm still here.
I saved my life.
I had to do something drastic at that moment. you know, people, like she said, people hit, oh, you took the easy way out. 15 to 35% of people who have weight loss surgery, first of all, they never even hit their weight loss goals. Mm-hmm. 59% of the people who have weight loss surgery put the weight back on more than they did before the surgery.
Yeah.
I
know some people in that 59% in my family. Yeah.
It's a tool, and they told us from the beginning, it's a tool, but you got to use it properly. You know, that stomach, you can stretch it right back out. Mm-hmm. I'm dealing with a guy now, he hit me on Facebook. He's actually going back for a revision. He had his surgery 3 years ago. He's bigger now than he was before he had the surgery. So he inboxed me a few months ago. He's like, because I'll be 3 years in April. And he said, how did you do it? I'm like, how did I do what? He was like, how did you keep the weight off? I'm like, they tell you from the beginning, this not the magic bullet. Yeah, you're gonna drop the weight, but you still got to do everything that you got to do to keep it off. Mm-hmm. And what I'm learning as we talk to people about this process and try to help them is, they think, okay, I've had the surgery, my work is done.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not it. No. Like, you still got to work out. You still got to eat right. Everything you got to do on a regular weight loss journey. So it's not.
Or else.
Yeah, or else you're going to be bigger.
Yeah.
It's so amazing how many people that we run into that are, and you know, like I said, we're almost 3 years out. People have the surgery a year and a half later.
Yeah.
They put it right back on.
Yeah.
And what people don't understand about weight loss surgery, it's not like, you know, you can eat something and say, okay, I'm full. Like, with weight loss surgery, it's not that. Like, you overeat, it's painful. It hurts. So, and I always ask people, like, well, how do you bypass the pain? And their thing to us is, well, my brain is telling me that I'm starving because I can only eat these small portions of food. So their brain is playing tricks on them, and that's why when you have the weight loss surgery, they want you to get psyche valves and all of this stuff. They got to make sure that you're in the right headspace. You got the right people around you, the support system, because you need all of that stuff. So people can jump on our podcast, on our inbox. Oh, you motherfuckers took the easy way out. Okay, say what you want, but it is work to this.
Yeah.
And it's hard work. And for me, it was the jump start that I needed to take this thing to the next level.
It's definitely a jump start. I mean, 2 weeks after surgery, I was in the gym.
Yep.
And I could barely walk. My knees hurt, my back hurt. I got in the water. I did water aerobics until I felt like I could do stuff on land and feel like I wasn't gonna pass out. But people ask me all the time, why do you work out so hard? So, you know, weightlifting is now something that I'm getting into. It wasn't what I was doing. I was cardio queen. I do triathlon and duathlon and all those things. And I work out every day. And people say, why do you work out so hard? You had weight loss surgery. Because I have to. Especially after a year, even though I can't eat as much, I can eat all day. And by the time it's midnight, I could have eaten 3,000-4,000 calories if I'm not careful.
Yeah.
So I have to monitor what I'm eating, exercise every day, practice yoga, meditation, recovery. All that is so important. And I think what people forget is with weight loss surgery or not, whatever you're doing, you got to figure out what got you there. Yeah. And you got to work on that mess.
Yeah.
Because that's some mess right there. The weight loss surgery is not going to fix the shit you're dealing with. It's just not.
Yeah.
And you got to deal with those issues before any type of health fitness journey. It's going to be short-lived. Nothing is going to be long-term unless you're dealing with that mess. And I deal with that mess every day. It doesn't go away, but you have to figure out better coping mechanisms. My coping mechanism before this was eating and drinking. Mm-hmm. I could drink any man under the table and eat 2,000 calorie meal.
Could if she put her mind.
Exactly. But I had to figure out that that's not the way to be. You know, that's what got me to 468 pounds. I can't do that anymore. But if people don't figure that part out, nothing's going to be. They're not going to be successful.
Wow. So that's super important. Right there, it starts there, any journey. I remember, Kim, when you talked, it was so important that you said a week after surgery, you were in the gym doing something.
Yes.
It's so important, Mike, to do something. I remember after I had the heart transplant, and people see me fall on my face in the parking lot, and And I'm trying to walk around the hospital ground. Whoo-hoo! That felt like a marathon.
Yeah.
And I know in every step, Kim, every step, I felt like I was going to fall flat on my face. But this here, old dumb ass old man, I kept telling myself, put one in front of the other one. Just put one in front of the other one. You got to get this right. Exactly what you're saying. Once you get this right, this is the same thing when that guy was in my certification class. This was right. He was determined that no matter what, on my face, I can't do it. But shit, I'm gonna give it my best shot. If I can just put one fucking foot in front of the other and keep doing that till every time I felt like I was gonna die. Right? I felt like I was gonna fucking fall out and not get back up. But I said, there's the only way to get better. I gotta keep trying, gotta keep going.
And that's how I was. I did my first duathlon this year in April. It was a run, bike, run, so 2 sports. It was 2-mile run, 15 miles on the bike, and then a 2-mile run in the sand. And I thought I was gonna die. I came in last. They was cleaning up. I was coming around. At that time, he had just gotten out of the hospital, and I didn't think he was going to be there. I drove myself, and I look up, and he was out there. Come on, you can do it. And I'm literally pushing my bike up the hill because I couldn't ride it up the hill. I was crying. I was thinking, what the hell have I done? I'm an idiot. Why am I doing this? And I just kept going because I told myself I was going to do it. I have to do it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I came around the corner when I finally finished my last run, and some girlfriends were out there cheering me on, and I was the very last person. I think I came in 10 minutes after that last person, but I finished because I had to.
Yes.
I had to finish. And I that's just the way I do it. I mean, I'm not going to come in first. I'm not going to break any records, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to finish.
Yeah.
So, when I started strength training with him, I was like, I'm not strong. I can't lift heavy stuff. But, he had to tell me it's not about lifting heavy.
Absolutely.
It's doing what you can do. So I said, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. So now I'm at the point where I'll try anything. It doesn't matter. I might come in last. I did a 5K a month after weight loss surgery. I was 400 pounds still. I was big. I threw up. I was embarrassed. I was running, walking, damn near crawling. Got close to the end, had to stop, threw up. People were coming to help me. I was so embarrassed, but I finished.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Her going to the gym with me now is like, people are looking at her because she killing it, And like I said, I was telling her, it doesn't matter, like all of this stuff I'm telling her, it don't matter how much weight, but those are still internal things that I was dealing with. That, I'm trying to get her motivated and get her going, and then, I'm sitting in the garage, like, with my mind blowing up, because I'm, like, having the same issue she's having with, that she's dealing with, and trying to talk myself through it. And like I said, the aorta dissection really kind of set me back, because I had, right before that happened, we had just got back from St. Thomas. We went to St. Thomas, first real vacation we've taken all the years we've been together. Come back, and I was going really hard at the time with the weightlifting, and that set me back. And I was scared. Like, first of all, they're telling me. So when it happened, I was in the garage. I had did 2 workouts that day. We were getting up at 5 in the morning, going to the gym. We did a workout, got home, feeling good. I'm gonna do another damn workout in the garage. Worked out again. Was doing preacher curls, stood up, and just had this sharp pain running down my chest, down into my midsection. And I could barely make it in the house. I walked through the garage into the house and just kind of lay on the couch. And I'm thinking, did I pull a muscle or something? I pulled a muscle, so I make my way upstairs. The next morning I wake up, I feel okay, but I'm still having this pain in my midsection. So it was a Friday, Saturday, wake up feeling okay. We go out and do air, and Sunday I knew I had to travel for work that Monday, so I said, okay, let me go get checked out. Just because I'm thinking, okay, now pull a muscle or something. Go to urgent care. She takes me over there. She drops me off. I'm signing in, waiting to be seen. She runs over to the Target. You going maybe 10 minutes? I'm sitting in the lobby, and next thing I know, I'm breaking out into a sweat, just sweating, but I'm freezing to death. Like I'm just freezing, and I'm sweating profusely. I text her. I said, "Where are you?" She's coming through the door. As soon as she starts coming through the door, I'm literally passing out, sliding off the couch, off the chair, onto the floor. They get me back. They're doing what they can do. Next thing I know, they're calling the ambulance. They take me to the doctor, take me to the hospital. I get to the hospital. They do a CAT scan. I tell the nurse what I'm dealing with. He said, "I think I know what's wrong." They do the CAT scan. Come back. He said, "We're airlifting you to University of Maryland. Like right now, you're going into emergency surgery." And I'm freaking out, like, what the hell are y'all talking about? I'm still thinking I got to pull muscle or something. Yeah. He was like, "You have an aorta dissection. We're airlift. We got a helicopter coming right now." At this time, they're not letting people into the hospital because of COVID and all of this stuff. She's sitting out in the parking lot for hours. They finally let her in. She's crying once they tell her what's happening. So the crazy part about it, at that time, I'm feeling better. Mm-hmm. Like I'm feeling better. So I'm like, why the hell am I be airlift? They airlift me to University of Maryland. Luckily, I didn't have to have surgery. So there's 2 different aorta dissections. Neither one of them are good. But he said, you have a descending aorta dissection. Mm-hmm. He said if it was ascending, which was be going up to the heart, he said that'd be a whole nother thing. Mm-hmm. He said, so luckily you have a descending aorta dissection. It's not good, but it's better than having the aorta dissection. So from there, at that point, they were just like, no more weightlifting, everything. They had like shut me down. And I kind of went into like a light depression. Mm-hmm. And first of all, I don't like being in the hospital. That's not my thing at all. And they poking and prodding on me. I got A-lines running through me. My veins are collapsing. My arms swelling up. And I'm to the point where I'm getting ready to discharge myself. I'm going home. And I'm calling your mama, all this stuff. So she trying to snitch on me. Get through that. And then, just kind of on the road to recovery. They was like, okay, look, we want you to try to live your life as normal as possible at this point. So we're not telling you not to work out. You just can't do the things that you used to do. And for me, that was very hard because I was really, really, at that time, we talk about that obsession. Yeah. I was getting to that point where it was starting to become an obsession. The early morning work, I'm not a morning person, but getting my ass up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure we hit that gym, like it was, getting there was like, for me, it was like as soon as I get there, then they take it from me. Yeah. And that was hard. That was really, really hard. So when they finally told me I could start doing it again, but, lightweight, more reps, you can do that. So now I'm just getting into the mode where I'm starting to get comfortable again with the working out. And that's why it was so important for me when we came here in August to work out with Samson. So we worked out with Samson, that was really good. And to have her by my side makes it all better. Like I said, she was just kind of coming to the gym with me just because.
I had to watch him. Yeah. I don't do strength training. I mean, I really don't. I got into it so I could watch him and make sure that he don't fall out. Yeah. He called me the day that this happened and I was at work and I was like, your ass is not 18. What are you doing? We just worked out. Why are you working out again? But he had got obsessed. Yeah. And he had to keep doing it. Yeah. So now, they said he can do it. I'm still a little leery, but I'm not a doctor, so I'm okay. They say you can do it, but you're going to do it with me right there. We're going to do this together. So I can watch it.
And that's that.
Mm-hmm. Said what I said.
So now it's my turn. We're going to take him, Nicole, and Michael downstairs and see if they can put all that determination talk, all that tall talk they've been doing into action, see what they got. So stay tuned. Let's see what they do. All right, I finally got him here. Him, Nicole, and Michael. Something in common. They're gonna have a whole lot in common after this. So, first time you're gonna see him and Mike do what we call the chase. Kim is gonna start. They're gonna do the same exact thing. 5 different stations, 10 reps on each station. Ain't gonna be no stopping. They're gonna do 10 different reps, 10 reps on each station, 5 stations, that's 50 reps. That's one. After they complete all 5, that's 1 set. They're gonna do 10 sets of 5. 10 sets of each station. So 10 sets, 50 reps is 1. 10 times 50 is what? 500. When they get done, they're gonna have to get done a total of 500 reps continuously without fucking stopping. Kim is in the lead. Michael will be chasing her. Your job is to not let this motherfucker catch you. And your job is to catch her. It's as simple as that. It's the chase. Did you hear that? Mike said, I caught her once. We gonna see. We gonna see.
You here with me?
It's the chase. The chase is on. Kim, you ready?
Let's go.
Let's see. We're gonna start right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go, Mike.
Push. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Come on.
Let's go. Come on, Mike. Let's go.
Let's work. Let's work for it. Come on. Yep. Come on. Let's go. Don't even think about quitting. Let's go.
Let's go, Mike. Let's go. Run that shit.
Making it look easy. Let's go.
Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Let's go, Mike.
9,
Hit that
10.
shit.
Let's go.
She's already done with round 2, Mike.
Let's go. Yeah. 2. Come on. Don't even think about quitting. Let's go. Come on. 6. Come on. 7. 8. Come on. 9. 10. Beautiful. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
You know
Yeah.
she ain't gonna let you get it down if she beat you. Come on, Mike. She ain't gonna let you be talking shit.
Go.
2025. Let's go, Mike. Hey, 10. Hit that shit, Mike. Kimmy. Right on your heel. Right on your heel. Come on, Mike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hit that shit. Hit that shit. Hit it. You hit it. Hit it. Oh. Hey, wait a minute, Mike. Mike trying to see it. Yeah, man. Damn, Mike.
Oh shit! I got my glasses on.
Well, you better put them motherfuckers back on.
Come on.
Yes, Mike.
Let's go. Come on.
Get on your ass, Kim. Come on, Kim. You still in charge. Let's go, Mike.
How you feeling?
No, she ain't gonna let you hit the end of this shit. She's not gonna let you hit the end of this shit. Let's go, Kim. Right behind you, Kim. Right behind you. Breathing down your neck.
Let's go.
Don't let it get you. Kim is working on round 5 in a 10-round fight. The chase is on. Come on, Mike. Chase it. Round 5. Start round 5. By round 10, you gotta catch. You gotta be waiting on her.
So let's go.
Let's go. I want you to
Not even
catch
think
her.
about
Be
it.
waiting
Let's
on
go.
her, Mike.
Almost home now. Come on.
Let's go.
2, 3. Come on. 4,
1, 2, 3.
Yep. 10. Let's go.
Chase is on. Round 5. Come on, Kim.
Halfway home. 6. Come on.
You're not tired, Kim. Hell no.
8. Come on. 9. Let's go. 10. Perfect.
I will do this. Nothing's gonna stop me from doing this shit. Let's go, Mike. You're almost to catch it. 1. Let's do it. Come on, Mike. Round 6. Kim is on round 6. Come on, Mike. Let's do it, Mike. Come on. You gotta catch it. Let's go, Mike.
Let's go.
The chase is on. The chase is on. Come on, Kim. You gotta catch it, Mike. You gotta catch it. You're running out of rounds to catch it. I want you to be waiting on her, rushing her. Hurry up, Kim. Hurry the fuck up. I can't wait for my turn. You gotta catch it. Let's go, Mike. You catch her. Let's go, Mike. Hey, hey. Let's go, let's go. Pull that shit. Pull that shit, Mike. I want it. You go around seven, Mike.
These are the final rounds. Come on. Championship rounds. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Easy, bro. Come on. Let's go.
You cannot let him catch you, Kim.
Come on.
He's right behind you. Let's go, Mike.
Come on. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
You gotta catch it and then you can't let him catch it. You don't get that simple. Let's go, Mike. Work for it, Mike. You almost got it. Come on. Who? Who?
You got it. Oh. Uh-oh.
Round eight, round eight. Who? Let's go, Mike.
Come on. Yes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on.
Down on this motherfucking floor. Let's go, Mike. Everything. Cancer. 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 Come on, Mike. Oh. Hit that shit. Hit that shit. Hit that shit. Let's go, Mike. Let's go. Pull this shit. Pull it, Mike. Pull. Running out of time to catch it, Mike. You gotta catch it. Round 9. She's on round 9. Let's go, Mike. Huh.
Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go.
I need it right now. Big fucking
Champion. Let's go. Come on. 2, come on. 3, come on. 4, 5, come on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go.
Let's go.
Easy.
Catch it.
6, come on.
Catch it.
7,
Catch it, Mike.
Let's go.
Catch it.
8, come
Pull
on.
that shit.
9.
Pull. 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 Pull that fucking shit, Mike. Pull. Let's go. Let's go. Going into the last round. Kim's on the last round. She's on the last round and you gotta catch her, Mike. That means you gotta pull out all the fucking stuff. Every fucking thing. Don't you leave nothing in the gas tank. Don't you save nothing for tomorrow. I need it here, right now. Let's go, Mike. All of it, all of it, all of it. Catch her. Catch her. At all fucking costs. Catch her. Let's go, Mike. Catch her. This your last round. Catch her. Hurry the fuck up, Mike. Catch her. Catch her. Everything, Mike. Catch her. Let's go. Let's go. Whatever you gotta do, catch her. Let's go, Mike. It's your last chance. Let's go. Let's go. Everything. Pull. 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 Pull that shit. Pull it. Pull it. Pull. Double time that shit. Double time. Let's go. Come on, Mike. Come on.
Let's go. Easy, Mike.
Hit that shit.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Hit it. Round 10.
Come on.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Woo. Doggy determination. The chase, baby, the chase, I love it. She was determined as fuck not to let him catch her, and he was determined to catch her. I love that shit. The chase, man, you gotta try that with somebody you love.
What you call me? Call me champ.
Lucky.
Call me champ.
How you feeling?
Tired, but I feel great. I needed that push.
How you feeling?
I feel like the champ. I feel great.
Right down there on the floor like that. He dropping shit all over my gym floor like that. Get me a squeegee or a mop or something.
That was crazy.
So where you guys coming from?
Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland. All the way out here to get our ass kicked by CT Fletcher.
Right.
So how's that experience been so far?
We crazy.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I've been following that man for years now. He played a pivotal role in this journey that I'm on. So to be here, definitely a dream come true. So, yeah, I don't like him right now, but I'm glad to be here.
How does it feel to finally see him on videos, to finally see him in person?
Luckily for me, this is like my fourth time actually meeting with him. This is my first time training with him. We were here in August and we trained with Samson, which was amazing. It wasn't this. It wasn't this, but man, it's an amazing feeling. So I'm honored and blessed to be here. Like I said, the intimidation factor set in because of the powerhouses that have walked through this gym. So, you know.
How would you describe him as a person?
Oh, he's an amazing guy. Drill sergeant, but an amazing human being. You know, they always say, be careful when you meet your heroes, but I wasn't disappointed at all. He was actually more than I thought he would be. So the fact that for some reason he took a liking to me and my wife here is an amazing feeling. So got a lot of my friends that came up with me watching this that are real jealous of me right now.
How about yourself?
Man, it's amazing. It's amazing. You know, I learned about Mr. Fletcher from my dad. My dad followed him, and then Michael. So, you know, this is amazing. When I talk to Michael about Mr. Fletcher, I always say he's got part of my dad. He reminds me so much of him. So, this was amazing. Glad I did him proud, both of them.
I'll let you.
Whatever.
Just like the last time, I'll let
please.
you.
We'll let you think that. We know who the champ is.
But I honestly couldn't ask for a better workout partner. This right here, she keeps me on the straight and narrow. Keeps me going, keeps me motivated. When I don't want to get up at 5 o'clock or 4:30 in the morning to hit the gym by 5, she's the one pushing me to get my butt up and get up and do something. So it don't get no better than this one right here. And like I said, the last time we was here, she ain't got no quit in her. So I ain't shocked I didn't catch her. She ain't got no quit in her. Mr. Nelson raised a soldier right here. She ain't when she set her mind to something, she's hard to deal with. So it's like fighting a damn bull sometimes. My father always said pick your battles, so I know when to pick my battles with that one. Because 9 times out of 10, I'ma lose.
That makes absolutely the best workouts. I still remember me and my big brother Walt in the backyard in Compton, hitting that pig iron, and we would take that bar, Mike, and we'd pass it back and forth to each other until somebody quit. And we'd be, I passed it back, and I did not want that motherfucker to beat me. Did he beat you? Yeah, he beat me a lot. I tell you, it took some years, but one day I was able to get him, but I kept coming back for that ass whooping. I kept coming back. Every so often he had to kick my ass again and let me know he's still in charge. But I kept coming back until one day
That looked like a big, strong dude right there, boy.
Yeah, that's my brother every day. That was the one, you know, you get the absolute best workouts. We could find somebody else who want it just as bad as you want it. I love that shit. You can't get a better workout because y'all gonna push each other to the absolute limit. You know, I had, man,
and duathlons. She got that Peloton treadmill and bike at home every day. 5 miles here, 3 miles here, 15 miles.
The workout, the chase was 500 total reps. They did 50 reps a round. They did fucking 10 rounds. So 50 times 10, last time I was in school was 500. So 500 reps without stopping. As you can see, they did not stop. There was no going to the bathroom or calling Mildred on the phone or none of that damn shit. They did 500 reps without stopping. And before you talk any shit, you do it, motherfucker. Well, thank you motherfuckers for watching CT Fletcher Motivation on YouTube. Like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I don't give a fuck either way. But what you do need to do is take your punk ass over to ctfletcher.com and buy something. Cause I fucking said so.